Just to remind everybody that language usage and content that we provide here may be disturbing, disgusting, probably will be and should be. Words like bloody custard and words that rhyme with that may be featured. Actually will be featured. In fact, perhaps will only be featured. Just warning you.
This episode is brought to you by Wow Tables, curated culinary experiences across Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore and Pune. And the IndianBean.com, coffee for everyone.
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
Alright, if you're listening to this, take 2 inches back and Oh, that was just me playing with a certain organ. Not on my body, of course. I'm a musician. I play 4 instruments simultaneously, which nobody is interested in. What I want to talk about here at the top, which has really irritated me and upset me, is the relationship between me, my wife, and a towel. You see, she's got these new rules. If you put a towel on the bed, she throws me out of the room. And I want to say something here. Why are towels being looked at as second-class citizens in our home? I have lived with towels for the last 25 years happily. Let me tell you one thing. I know this of most males. A lungi or towel will suffice when we're alone. Sometimes you don't even use that. It's just like someone to talk to. We don't even actually interact with it. But you cannot take my towel and treat the towel like a rag, like a piece of cloth. It's much more. It's a towel. It holds me tight. It's something that's with me all the time. It's something that I love and cherish. And now if I leave it by mistake on the bed, which is a mistake only in her eyes, I'm out of the room and the towel follows. So I just want to say for all the men out there whose wives give them rules in bedrooms, please understand if you can't afford a second bedroom, don't get married. Do not get married. The show is called Cyrus Says. It's all about love, peace, and the occasional blue-green tinge which you see at 7 o'clock in Chennai.
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
Yes, on this webisode of Cyrus Says, which is not a webisode, it's an edition of an episode. Episode is the right word, okay, that's what I'm having right now with the kind of epileptic feeling I'm getting while talking. But we've got lots of interesting things coming up. We've got a man called Rajiv Dingra, who's part human, part businessman. He's made lots of money. He's going to tell us about how he took over the digital world and how he had to sell to Dentsu to buy himself an Audi racing car. He also has an Apple Watch, which we will discuss at some point. We'll also discuss Microsoft's HoloLens, which is a very interesting concept involving nudity. We've got to discuss, most importantly for me, the Uber driver vis-a-vis the Moga driver, if I may say so, case, which I'll again elaborate a little later in the program. But above all, we have the wonderful Chavi, who will now sing 2 lines of her favorite ghazal. Go ahead.
No. Cyrus Says, ask me anything. If you want Cyrus to answer your questions on air, send an email to whatcyrussays@gmail.com. If you send us a link to a sound file on SoundCloud, we'll even play you asking the question in your own voice. For this segment of the podcast, we're going to do a small, tiny AMA. You know what AMA stands for, Cyrus?
Even if I didn't, I'll just put on that face which says, yes, I do.
Let me tell you.
Go ahead.
Ask me anything. You ready?
Normally it's me who asks the girls that, but fair enough. Go ahead.
All right. Now, first question comes from Rikin Shah, who wants to know...
Did you say Rikin with an F?
No.
Oh, that's just Rikin. Okay.
Yeah. Rikin Shah says, what political books are you reading or can recommend? He's
political books?
In politics, and wants to know what he could read.
Oh, I'm reading a book, interesting book on the Jews, the Brahmins, and the Aryans. And how, it's a very interesting book, trying to figure out the myths about them. Lots of myths about racial sort of beginnings. Very interesting.
What is it called?
It's called Jews, Aryans, and Brahmins. Or maybe Jews, Brahmins, or Aryans. But definitely Jews first. That's as far as I remember.
I'm
still on page 3.
Is it a real person?
No, it is. Dorothy Figuera. It's a South American author. But it's not written in Spanish. It's written in English. She may have written in Spanish and then got it translated by an Aryan or a Jew or a Brahmin and into English. And hence I'm reading it. Actually, I read a lot of this stuff. I'm really weird that way.
Okay, Rikin, I have no idea if he's actually
I don't think Rikin will never call us again or have anything to do with us after this answer. We're safe.
Okay, what's the best political book you've read? If you've ever read one.
Political
book.
I've read John Stewart's books on universal, adult franchise. I've read lots of interesting political books growing up. I've read The Leviathan, which talks about man's acquisitive nature.
Is it a good book? Is it worth reading?
Leviathan means a really huge whale-like thing, so it's a really big book. So if you have really nothing in your social life and you've got like 4 years till the Olympics, hit Leviathan. But it's very interesting. So I have read I read only non-fiction and urinals, I've told you. So I do spend a lot of time with the non-fiction world. So I do read that.
Excellent.
Biographies is my thing. I'll be reading yours, Chavi, as soon as I can.
Thank you.
Did I say Chavi correctly?
Almost.
Yeah.
All right. We have another question from Shefali Pasricha.
Shefali Pasricha. Good friend. I have no idea, but go ahead. What's the question? I gave you some time by saying good friend 3 times. Is it about movies? It's about movies.
No, it's not. So, you make a lot of fun of your wife and talk about your marriage being on the rocks. Does your wife listen to this podcast? Does she know what you say?
She does. She thinks I'm a banker. It's all a secret life I have. She has no idea what I do. I wear pants and leave the house. I take off the long pants and get back into the shorts once I'm downstairs. Don't worry about it. The wife knows nothing. She'll never know. She'll never hear this show. Whatever you want to say about her, you can. Yeah! Come here, wife! Pick that up! I can just say what I want. It's amazing. I'm just so happy and free here. But once I get in there, it's like being with a tiger in a cage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shefali,
and then, oh God, it's terrible.
Thanks
and tigers eat everything. Beef and all. Huh? So you can't say, no! You can't touch me! I'm cow! No, they just kill you. So you got to be careful. But no, we have a wonderful relationship. We go out for dinner twice a week. Me Tuesday, Thursday, she Wednesday, Saturday. So we work things out. We've got a very, very good relationship. And I believe to keep things going, for fires burning, if you can meet other people, nothing like it. I hope that helps Shefali with her own marriage. Presumably to Mr. Pasricha. Now, of course, if she's not married, then please don't marry a Mr. Pasricha because that'll be embarrassing. But yes, Shefali, all the best. And may I tell you, we do get along very well. And for the 10 minutes we communicate, I put my head down and breathe heavily.
Awesome.
But not in a sexual way. Don't give me that look, Chavi. Yeah. Haven't you done that? When someone's lecturing you, head down, breathing heavily? You know, if you sigh, they feel bad after some time. Try it.
I'll try it.
Okay.
Thank you for the tip. Thank you, Cyrus.
You're welcome. Now get off my lap.
Cyrus says, listen to this. Coming this May, India's first storytelling podcast, Tall Tales Takeaway. Follow us on Twitter as @IndusVox or sign up for email updates on our website, indusvox.com. And that's what Cyrus says.
Okay, it's still called Cyrus Says, but we have a guest, a very esteemed guest. We've had a few on the show so far. May I say most of them have been terrible. Really bad. We paid them a lot of money, they've taken it and just run away. But you, sir, are a very, very important person in the world of digital technology. A man who's made so much money that you could buy this studio if I say anything wrong. In fact, you probably will. Let's meet Rajiv Dingra. And I want to first, before I let you talk, just say something. I used to work for this music channel that used to show ads all the time called MTV. And we had a sound guy called Rajiv Dingra. And when I heard the name and saw it, I got scared because he used to drive us mad. He was a terrible man. For 10 years, I've been persecuted by him. In the middle of a conversation, he'd stop if a crow flew above you, 4,000 feet away in another city. He was that kind of guy. So I heard the name, I saw the name, and when Amit, our producer, said so, I got really worried. Honestly, I felt like I'm in big trouble. But you're not him. You're not that sound guy from MTV, are you?
Do I look like?
No. You look much better. Rajiv Dingra looks absolutely like a bus hit him 4 or 5 times every day for the last 3 years. And that was when he was a youngster. Imagine what he looks like now. Rajiv, let's not talk about him. Let's talk about the original Rajiv Dingra, which is yourself. And let me impress the listeners. Recently, you sold a majority stake in your company to Dentsu, which is not a dental oral hygiene kind of thing, but in fact, very powerful Korean, Japanese. I knew it. I was testing you. It is Japanese, not Korean. They're very different countries. Conglomerate. And you now are sort of still a partner running the business?
Yeah, I'm still an equity holder, yes.
And you earned off the record about 4,000 crores for this merger.
Yeah, you can add the zeros to your liking.
40,000 crores. May I touch your feet and clean it with baby oil?
I'm not telling you. You can add as many zeros as you want.
My God, which brings us to our lovely friend, Chavi, who's walked into the studio drinking her cup of chai. You are now next to money. For the first time in our studio. All those leftist journalists we call and make them talk, they have no consequence.
Because those are my friends.
Yeah! Why do you have friends like that?
That's how I leave.
They're terrible. They actually return calls and all. I hate those types. This is the man who we should befriend.
Right. Hi, Rajiv.
Rajiv, lots to talk about. Obviously, you guys get acquainted. Say hi. Do your thing.
I know her.
We know each other.
What the hell? Keep some distance. It's not that kind of show. Let's get straight to point number 1. So tell us a little bit about your background. How did you become this digital tycoon overnight?
Nothing happens overnight. I actually graduated out of college and I did my first job in in an audit consulting firm.
I've done my research. Previously, you founded jobsforfreshers.com.
That's because my first job was terrible.
What was your first job? Is it something dirty? involving body parts.
Oh, no.
And that was my first job, also my second job. But before I get into that, so what was your first job? Quickly.
It was extremely boring. It was sitting next to a chartered accountant, looking at him work on Excel sheets all day long.
It almost sounded sexual the way you said it right now. What the hell?
And to go to departments and get documents from there. I'm a marketing guy. It was killing me.
This job was by choice, or you weren't paying attention when they offered it to you?
I'm a Sindhi. It was the highest paying job.
There you go. There you go. Fair enough. But let's move on. Then you got this jobforfreshers.com, which you founded when you were hardly 20 years old.
Yes.
At an age where people are experimenting. Chavi, you were experimenting with different pharmaceuticals and things like that. And you, on the other hand, a credit to your race, the Sindhi race, of which 8 are left now. You're like the Parsis.
Money.
Counting money. So what is that? What is that jobsforfreshers.com?
So, I thought I didn't get a good job. I thought many people wouldn't get it.
Let it not happen to anyone
Yes,
else.
like-
Why didn't someone do this with marriage? No one's ever thought of that. Marriage is a much bigger problem. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah, so I started Jobs for Freshers. It didn't go that well, but it kind of helped me get into the entrepreneur mode. And
So you were like a headhunter? What were you, placement guy?
I was everything. So I was like a one-man show, trying to run a recruitment company which was online.com for freshers.
So were you basically lying? Yeah, I'll get you something. You had no idea, is it?
Initially when you start up, you hype up many things. So obviously, you try and seem bigger than you are, and that's what I did.
So is that what the government is doing? All that
I'm not
talk
too
and-
sure about
Go
that.
ahead. I voted Advani. Don't worry, sir. We are the same family. Yeah, so that was the beginning, but you got a taste for entrepreneurial sort of activity, and I guess you understood that this is your future, and not sitting next to that Excel sheet business with an accountant who, by the way, was very attractive. What was his name?
I don't remember.
Did he have body odor?
I don't remember.
Did you have any kind of contact? Do you still keep in touch? Are you Facebooking him?
No, we are
Do
not
you
in
send
touch.
holiday pictures of each other?
No.
Do you ever shower? No. Okay. Right back then to after that. There's a side bar which I want to do about your family. But before that, let's just take your trek a little further. So you finish with the entrepreneurial thing and then you close it down.
Yes. I actually, it was just natural. It wasn't taking off.
You wanted to give yourself a job. So you said, how do I do this? Yeah.
Yes. So after that, I kind of, worked with Amit here for some time.
Right.
And post that, I started WATConsult. Yeah.
Right. So you were 20 at this point. Huh?
21 is when I started WATConsult.
Amazing.
What is WATConsult? What is WATConsult?
At last, Chavi.
So WAT is an abbreviation for Web Advertising Technology, WAT.
Right.
So it's not WHAT.
Oh my god, all this time I thought it was horrible SMS speak.
Yeah.
No, yesterday I tweeted and I felt like I was like doing harakiri, grammatical harakiri by leaving out the H in what. Because I was making a pun. Never mind.
I did that with horse. Went nowhere. This is terrible. But let's get back to you. So you finished with the job thing, and what was your next step?
So there's obviously a time when you're totally confused, and I was totally confused.
No, there's no time like that. That is life. Life is about being totally confused. Have you met my friend Rahul Gandhi?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh, he's a very nice guy, though, let me tell you. And he's the best looking male politician in India, I say this, by
Definitely.
God. I can't think of a second one who's as good looking as
There's
him.
nobody else.
Mulayam Singh, when he was 18, may have been, because he had very broad shoulders.
You seem to have voted for him.
No, I think I'm not looking at politics in the right way. I need to understand what's wrong with our country. But let's talk about you. Now, you finished with that job. But I think it's a very important point. The pioneering spirit was there. And then what was your next step? People have to know that, failure leads to success is actually true once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty disillusioned, and that helps because then from
Did you
there...
cry? Did you hold a pillow at night? Did you attack young girls when they weren't looking? Tell me what you did to get through this. Please don't tell me you listen to Altaf Raja and sang Qawwali songs outside your window.
I read a lot of self-help books.
Really?
It's really sad, yeah. Robin Sharma. Robin
eroticism.
Sharma types.
Oh, sorry, that's my self-help.
Yeah.
Sorry. Robin Sharma, a little overrated. I don't like men with no hair. I always feel there's something wrong. I mean, how vain can you be that even if you're bald, you think it's great? I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. You're bald.
And he's really tall as well.
Oh God, my producer's also bald. There goes oops. Love bald men. Yul Brynner, my favorite. Anupam Kher. Want to be like him with a longer mustache. Back to you, sir. Let's talk about you. Oh, damn. Sorry, my wire got caught between my legs. This happens. And you were saying?
Yeah, so, after that, I, decided that I wanted to actually consult companies on digital. And that's how WATConsult came about and became a digital.
Keep in mind you're 21.
Yeah, at 21, yes.
But you have the confidence to think that they want you as a consultant at 21.
Yes, I was overconfident.
What were you bringing to the party, to be honest, without,
A lot of
enthusiasm, talking,
Yeah.
projecting.
What you have.
Yeah, fair
Exactly.
enough. I have nothing. I have a vest that doesn't fit me.
I'm going to high five.
I have my
Rajiv
father's
Dingra.
underwear with 2
High
holes.
five.
Why are you touching each other in my show? It's not that kind of show. People all wouldn't be on the show then. Let me just
stripping through
reiterate,
the
no one
wires.
touches anyone on our show.
It's better than you touching yourself, sir.
Can you? I thought you wouldn't notice. I kept a cloth between us. God, middle age, things get bigger. Back to the next step in your journey to the future. How did we land up with this wonderful company which is now owned by Dentsu?
So that is WATConsult, and that kind of grew over time. I spent, so from 21, I'm 30 today, so almost 9 years I've spent building that. And if you spend that long on anything...
What was it evaluated? Let's just talk money. A lot of people don't understand the whole journey. The journey is lovely, but frankly, yeah.
I'm not
Let's
allowed
talk like two Sindhis in the shower. Same shower to save the water as well. There you go.
So I'm not allowed to say the exact number, but it's in crores. That should help you.
That's
like
the hint.
1
Yes.
to 999 crores. What?
Really? Is it more than the GDP of, say, Bangladesh or Belgium? Give me something. Throw something.
No, that's enough money for me to have a good life.
Is it? What car do you drive?
As of now, only a Vento. I've not taken a new car.
You drive your own car? What do you do? Who are you doing business with? All right, don't worry about it. Okay, so that was a huge jump. Then Dentsu, obviously they heard about you. The big guns come fishing. They see you as the new guy in the pond. And so you sold out, but you're still running the business. What are the plans now?
So I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I'm just 30.
Well, you have been, to be honest. From your biodata from age 20, you've been an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
And now a successful one.
Yeah, I think success is transient. So once you achieve it, the next goal is success.
How will we know, Chavi? And I have no idea what you're talking about. What is this?
I'm friends with journalists.
Yeah, really? You're telling me I scratch my own self. The successful people have people to scratch them. It's different, totally. So the future plans?
So future plans is to grow this. We're very focused.
But you will stay with this company?
Yes, I'm in love with this company.
The majority holder is Dentsu. Let me just get this straight. You still hold some equity, but you're staying here. This is where you're going to do your long yards. You're not going anywhere else.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you'll be founding soon so we can also get a slice of the pie?
Not at the moment.
He doesn't say anything. This guy's an interrogator's dream. It'll take years to get anything out of him. Okay, now I want to talk a little personal stuff because it's very interesting.
I think Sindhis are trained that way.
Is it?
You can't get money, you can't get anything out of them.
Good, you brought the family into it, not me. So tell us, your dad is a famous character actor, is it so?
Well, not famous, but after retirement, that's what he does.
He does? And what about you? Any interest in the acting bug?
No, not at all.
No?
No.
Wait, what's your dad's name? Can
His
we
name
find
is,
him on IMDb?
Yeah, you can. Bharat Kumar Dingra. So he goes by the name Bharat Kumar.
And he's working films at the moment?
He did a lot of ads. So he's done about 50-60 ad films. And he's done, bits and pieces roles in television serials that you see, the sitcoms, the CIDs, the Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi type.
But after Dentsu has sort of, bought into this whole project, can't you launch him as a hero?
He will not.
There are a couple of vacancies, one or two guys busy with court problems and all that.
So one other thing you should know about is, I didn't take much help from my dad when I launched this company. He won't take much help from me to do what he's doing.
You think so? But now as a son, I think you should helm a big project.
I help him with, I help him set up his website. I help him in many other ways.
Okay, so what about your sister and your wife? Are they part of this whole venture?
Yeah, so they started working with me.
Is that a bit difficult to do?
No, actually, it's
so who's
actually...
the boss? Who makes decisions? I mean, I can't stay more than 1 hour with my wife without falling on my floor and feeling like Pacquiao at the end of the Mayweather fight.
You should know where work stops and where life starts and where life stops and work starts.
But once you enter the workplace, who's the boss? You're the boss?
Yeah.
You tell her what to do?
Yeah.
What's your wife's name?
Nipun.
What
Lovely.
does she do? At work, I mean.
Yeah, so she's a CEO.
Yeah.
She's a CEO.
She's a CEO of the same company, but he can still, you actually say, Nipun, chai. I mean, how...
You don't say that to the CEO.
You don't say that to the CEO. I'm just clarifying.
In any case, you can't tell that to anybody in your life after you're married.
Not anymore. Fair enough. You have to go back home.
Yeah.
You got to remember the boundaries.
Yeah.
And your sister as well? Is that so? Your sister as well?
Yeah, that's
so it is a family business and so on.
Yes.
And they're still very much there.
Yes.
Okay, so there's this net neutrality business which for some reason is not leaving us. And people are divided. 80% of the young people on one side and 20% of the remaining 20% on the other side. What's your take on it? You're right in the middle of the digital revolution in India. Net neutrality for or against to begin with?
For net neutrality, obviously. Mm-hmm. And in that, I think people are coloring it with many versions of what net neutrality is, bringing the bottom of the pyramid or saying poor people need to access internet. It's very simple. Everybody needs to have similar complete access to the web with similar purchasing power, in the sense that if you're going to give the whole web or a part of the web free, give it to everyone, right? And don't dissect the web into like 4-5 different parts. So what, Airtel Zero or internet.org is trying to do is saying these 5 websites will be given free so that the poor can access them. But 5 websites don't make the web.
So it becomes a class system. You've got your areas where you work in and the rest you don't touch because you're not, affluent enough.
Exactly. In the kind of garb of trying to give access to the poor, you are bucketing the web into parts.
But life is not fair in any case. I mean, if you look at it, everybody starts differently. You had more money than me when you started, for example. So, I mean, what's the point? It's not an egalitarian medium where everyone will always be free.
But it started that way. That's the
you think? But
exactly what the internet is about.
I'm going to go against net neutrality. I'm sick of it. To be frank, there's just too much hype.
It would be like if you had only Doordarshan to watch.
What's wrong if the rich, powerful people get a slice of the pie? I don't understand.
Nobody will be able to hear Cyrus.
Of course they will, once we sell ourselves to the right corporate. And remember, we will say your entire family's name on every show, whatever the cost may be.
We'll rename the show, man.
You're telling me we'll rename shows. Each child will have their own show.
It'll become like the Pantaloons.
Each child's driver will have his own show.
India's Drivers Contest.
I love that title. I love when they say Pantaloons. It just turns me on. I don't know why. The word Lou is very sexual for me. God, I'm terrible. But you have to understand, South Bombay, it's just one big loo now. It's very difficult. Getting back to net neutrality, what will happen in the next couple of years? Can you project? Can you think? What do you suppose?
So it's there will be some sort of thing that the corporates will bring out, because for them it is the way to kind of take
capitalize, literally.
Exactly. But it really depends on the resistance and the market that there is. There will be, because internet.org exists, Airtel Zero is being announced. So for them to take that back, there'll have to be...
We look at it from a commercial angle. Even a Johnny Sharma from Bayandar who's trying to get on the internet and promote himself or whatever, and he's trying to have a commercial angle involved. So once you all are trying to profit by it, then the fairness sort of goes out of it anyway.
But people are making money out of it, right? Airtel makes profits out of
but what I'm trying to say is it's not like a charitable institution, the web, where everyone is all going to be equal and you can just do whatever you want to. If once it becomes a commercial sort of enterprise, then who's to say what is right and wrong? Who's to say whether Big Daddy can't come and monopolize one area?
We are.
I don't know. Are you sure?
Yeah. If we make enough of a noise, hopefully they'll listen.
You're lucky for you I've lost interest in the argument. Otherwise, I would have fought this for another 15 minutes. But as of now, I'm hungry. So we need to move on a little bit. We'll take a little break, then we'll come and talk some more. But I'll give you the last word as we go into break, Mr. Dingra, which is net neutrality. How will it go as far as India, in your own estimation, the next couple of months or a year or so?
I'm very sure that the corporates will try to push their way, but the people will have the last word.
No, again, this sounds like a government officer. I'm not clear. So what's going to happen? Are we going to have net neutrality or we're not going to have net neutrality?
We will have, for the longest time, at least for the next 5-10 years, we will have net neutrality.
Then what happens? India gets corporatized and sold to another
Then
country?
It really depends on, how large these corporations get. Because with every time the internet user base is growing, these corporations are getting more and more powerful.
Correct.
Right? And it really depends on the political structure of India. I mean, who's to predict? But I think currently
to control the corporations, you're expecting the political structure to come to play and balance.
It's all intertwined anyways, yeah.
But aren't they one and the same thing?
That's what I'm saying. It's all intertwined.
So there's no net neutrality in 2 years. It's over and done. The rich will get richer. The rest suck. Lovely. We'll take a break and eat something and then come back.
Cyrus says ad breaks are beneficial to your mental health.
Okay, we're just going into a quick word here on
Wow Tables.
Wow Tables.
Formerly known as Gourmet Up.
Yes, now called Wow Tables.
Reincarnation. So you can use it to book tables at many, many restaurants all over Bombay, Bangalore, Delhi and Pune.
There you go.
And you can also use these curated menus that they come up with. Well, their website is now wowtables.com. And if you book through us and use the gift card that says Cyrus Says, you get $500 off your first reservation. Wow.
What is the thing you have to say?
Cyrus Says.
Sorry, again?
Cyrus Says. And that's what Cyrus says.
Yeah, we're having lots of fun here with our guest Rajiv Dingra, who's offered us jobs in his wonderful new company. Well, not new, old company, but the new structuring. But let's talk now. We want to make this show stand out a little bit. And lots of people have talk shows. There's a guy with the glasses on TV who does the same thing, better looking fellow. But we thought we'll intellectualize the show a little bit. So I'm going to my producer Amit, who's a double PhD in labor law and for some reason landed here. Well, he's come up with this interesting point, which I must share with you. Do digital businesses, did I say businesses? I meant business businesses face discrimination in India because they aren't politically connected. Are they like, one and the same thing? We discussed that before the break. The Moga molestation case was handled differently in the rape case in Delhi with the Uber driver. So what we're saying is in the Moga case, which involved the buses, apparently the bus fleet was owned by the Badals family, which for many years in and around controlling Punjab politics. But the Uber, unfortunately, weren't so well connected. But okay, this is the wrong words to use. Ubers weren't connected and so got a lot more flack and more business was affected. So hence, this is a very interesting point. Different rules for different people.
But, he pulled the Moga buses off the roads immediately, all of them.
But is that like a token gesture because it's back on
Probably.
now?
Yeah, of course.
So you do like your son's been a bad boy, you slap the other boy, you bring him up for one day, he doesn't pay and he goes back in the next day.
Yeah.
I don't know. But let Rajiv handle this question.
I don't think it's specifically...
No, so the Badals are connected with the buses, so hence the bus trade is not affected. Business as usual, violent crime involved. Uber, violent crime involved, not connected, destroyed.
I don't think it's got to do with digital businesses. It's new age businesses versus traditional businesses who already have Do
the Badals own 20% stake in your company? Tell me now.
No.
This is the time for you to come out and be honest.
No.
You're sure?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So you think it's just a coincidence? You don't believe that?
It's not coincidence. It's new age businesses who do not have government relations from past, because if you have been an old business, you would have had run-in.
But this is the Indian ethos. This is what we're trying to talk about here. The Indian ways, you have to have the connections. You can't straddle this whole business community without having one foot in the political community and vice versa, bureaucracy, etc. So clearly, if you do, you survive, and if you don't, you probably go down.
Correct. But fast-growing new age businesses do that only when they come across such a... nobody goes to the government saying, I want to have a relationship.
Since Uber originated in Europe somewhere, I think they didn't realize that the structuring is different here. Exactly. So they came in without understanding. Please understand our markets. Any new age businesses coming in, study our markets, get your political connections, get your kind of important people on your side, and then start a business. Which brings us to Rajiv Dingra. Who's your daddy?
As in?
Who's your godfather?
There is no godfather.
Who the hell is behind the whole thing? Tell me the truth. Okay, I'm just kidding, Rajiv. Please.
I think the only boss I've had in my life, whom I enjoyed working with me, is your producer Amit.
Really? Stickler for rules, isn't he?
Not at all. He's very chilled out.
And sweats a lot.
Yeah, that I'm not
And he's the first producer I can outrun. So I'm so happy. Yeah. All right. Let's move on from there. So Rajiv's given a fair indication that he's not very clear about this example in terms of political connectivity with businessmen. But Shavi, what do you think?
I agree with him. So, and I don't agree with you. I think it's a chicken-egg situation where you can't come and come here.
Well, let me just check. Chicken is not banned? Not banned. Okay, go ahead.
Eggs okay too.
Eggs okay? Eggs okay. Go ahead. But not in this building, so don't mention eggs. Go on.
So in these situations, you can't go looking for political connections so that you can ease your way through and then set up a business. You have to do what you have to do first. And if a new age company is coming...
But isn't it unfair that the crime is somewhat similar, if I dare say that, and that Uber is just almost shut down. And in this case, it's business as usual in 3 days. Isn't that a little unfair? About public transport.
It is, but when you're working in a country, you're setting up a business which involves public service, you must have the government on your side. That's obvious, right? So they didn't.
So you're looking just from a practical point of view. You're taking no moral judgment on this, but I will. I feel bad for Uber. I used to use them, but now I don't know what to do. But we'll move on from Ubers. I'm sorry to cut you. Let's move on to this intercity services. Mumbai, Pune, $4,000. Isn't that great? 4,000 rupees, you get to share a cab with 5 like-minded people. And you can split the cost, which simple math tells me is about 300 rupees each, give or take 100. And Chavi, you go to Pune a lot. You've got a boyfriend that you said you visit and stuff.
Oh my God, don't get me in trouble with my boyfriend. He's not in Pune.
Oh, that boyfriend doesn't know about this boyfriend? What did you tell me before we started this?
Okay, but how long does it take to get Pune in this 4,000 rupees?
How long does it take you to get a boyfriend in another state? What the hell are you talking about? This is a very personal question.
This is libel.
4,000 rupees. But for one person, I would say it's expensive. I've done the Mumbai Pune, and it's a little cheaper in the old days in the black and yellow.
It's much cheaper.
Black and yellow cabs. $2,000 it used to be.
Is it? It's less. I think it's 300 or 400 rupees a person. So that works out to 1,600.
For Mumbai Pune.
Yeah.
I don't think that boyfriend of yours lives there anymore because he's talking nonsense. It's
Maybe
little more
it was
than
a while
that.
ago.
But,
okay, wait. So how long does this 4,000 rupee shuttle take?
Let me just quickly Google it, and the answer is. So 2 hours and a half.
Wait, normal Pune drive time is
It all depends on what festival is going on, and anything between 1 hour.
Listen, unless they make a special elevated corridor down which only this shuttle is going, it's absolutely not worth it. Come on.
It's exactly like a car. It looks like a car and it has 4 wheels and a
It has
stepney.
to follow the same traffic laws and go on the same roads, right?
Yeah. So
come on. I'd rather take a Shivneri bus, spend 60 rupees or 90 rupees. How much is it?
why are you asking him? He just got 4,000 crores for selling his company. He's never going to see a bus again.
Okay, sorry. I'm the plebeian, so.
You're the bloody plebeian, leftist, communist, last of the few.
Please forgive me.
No state left which will take you, not even Cuba. Okay, sorry, I shouldn't vent. You're a lovely girl.
Thank you.
And
Cuba will take me.
madly in love with somebody from Rajasthan.
Jaipur.
Jaipur.
You remember.
Jaipur.
Yeah, Cuba would take me, just by the way.
Okay, rephrase that and let's move on. 4,000 rupees is a lot of money, but divided by what, 5 or 6 people? Not so bad.
How can you fit 6 people in a car?
It'll be 4 people, right?
It's not a 4-seater, it's a 6-seater. It's like a biggie, it's like a Innova, like a semi.
Okay.
I mean,
4,000 divided by 6 to spend.
This was a simple topic. It should have ended in 30 seconds. I was spending half an hour getting 2 of you to give me an answer.
You get those kind of sharing cabs from...
You're a Sindhi. You must understand what I'm trying to say. 4,000 rupees, divide the damn thing.
Unless there's
It is still more
seats,
expensive
I'm
because
not
you
going
get
in
those kind of...
Keep your Shivneri buses. Go, both of you. Take the damn bus. Sit next to the guy with body odor. Hug him for 4.5 hours. Then the bus breaks down just before the toll bridge or doesn't fit inside it. And then 3 days later, you reach Karnataka.
You're mixing it up with Neeta.
Veerappan's grandchildren take you for all your belongings and make you another gender. Think about it.
That's Neeta.
Cyrus, why is every time you are with a man with a body odor, is there some history to that in your life?
Are you saying I am that man? And you are right. Moving on, 4,000 bucks. Give me a straight answer. Good, too much, too cheap.
Ridiculous.
No, but you want comforts of travel.
How is this
Not
comfortable?
ridiculous. It's not cheap.
If it's Rajiv going on a meeting, for example,
Why
not
would he
this
share
Rajiv,
it
but
with
when he was a
4
little
random
poorer.
strangers with body odor?
But he won't. There's
Get his
air-conditioned
own cab,
comfort.
which is cheaper. How much
And
is
you
a
get your
cab
own
to
seat.
Pune?
You know what? I'm going
But
to
you
Pune
get those-
Pune on Friday. I'll try it and I'll send you an answer.
Please do.
Please don't try it.
And those seats, they're bucket seats. You can press that lever and fall back 6 inches. Pretend you're business class. Sorry?
You can do that in any car.
No, you can't. In your Shivneri bus, you can't press any lever. If you do, he'll marry you. So be careful. Be very careful.
The Shivneri bus seats are, they lean back. Like
They don't lean back.
do.
That's if they're broken, they've already leaned back and they can't move forward.
It's just
It's
like
all the same
PVR.
thing.
It's
God, the woman-
exactly like PVR.
Please control her. I don't want to sound sexist on the channel, but I'm going berserk here. 4,000 rupees, nobody wants it. Our verdict is you suck. Make it 2,000 rupees and we'll get back to you. Am I right?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, what the hell? What are they doing to us? What are we rich? Except for you, of course, Rajiv. Rajiv, how much money do you have? Please just tell me that and we'll end this whole thing. Okay, it's like, when a guy's dying, euthanasia.
After the show, I'll take you to my bank.
But look, I know
Your
you...
bank and all. Wow. And then is there a check?
And then
trade for me.
conveniently say it's Sunday. It's closed. Come back tomorrow. Listen, come on. Give us a okay. If Bill Gates is here and let's say
I'm
the
like
Tatas
below
are
poverty
here.
line to Bill
Between
Gates.
Tatas and Bill Gates?
I'm below poverty line to
Between
both of them.
Ambani's and Bill Gates?
I'm like starving and dead.
Okay, below Tatas, below Ambani's, above Piramals?
Already buried.
Above Mahindras, below Mahindras?
I'm in the heaven.
Between the Godreges and the Wadias?
I'm nowhere close to that.
Close to the Gandhi family?
I probably have as much money as you do.
I love you. I can't believe you're that rich. Amazing. We can drive together. We'll buy the whole bus fleet. Shivneri bus, 10 for you, 10 for me. We'll just go like a motorcade. Okay, we've reached nowhere with this 4,000 rupee nonsense, so we'll go on to this interesting story, which is, did Elon Musk change the world with the Powerwall battery? To find out more, we go to our expert, who is not Rajiv, but Chavi.
I'm pointing at Rajiv.
That doesn't mean I have to go there.
He's the digital person.
It's not a visual medium. They don't even know what we're doing. I've been digging my nose for half an hour. Come on, tell us. Elon
Is
Musk.
that your nose?
Well, sometimes when I bend a little. Elon Musk, George. Can we please stay with one topic and not make silly commentary about our personal body parts? Okay, so I'm not Milind Soman. Why do you keep rubbing my nose in it? And this time I
That
mean
was
nose.
your nose.
There you go. Elon Musk changed the world with the Powerwall battery. Okay, I'll just set it up for you. It's about this solar battery which lasts longer. Women like things that last longer. No pun intended. And apparently housewives all over the world are saying, wow, this is it. This is the answer to our problems. They finally last longer. Again, no pun intended. I'm disappointed. Breaks my market, but you go ahead, Rajiv.
That sounded like an ad for Duracell, but yeah.
Duracell?
And more. See, the Sindhi, he thinks Duracell. But us leftists, we think sex. How different are we?
Energizer
The
Bunny.
digital advertising guy who thinks
He's
Duracell.
still thinking about money.
We're thinking brands. We're thinking
Fair enough.
products.
Yeah, I like him. We should think like him.
Yeah, maybe we'll have more zeros after our bank account.
But definitely not getting any sex, I can tell you that. Well, I speak for myself. Back to you, sir. So, do you think it's going to change the world? We've been talking about this. I've done a lot of these shows with NDTV and a couple of other channels and media publications, all pushing the green environment, pushing the movement, save the world, blah, blah, blah. No disrespect. But no one has given us a real package where the numbers make sense and the longevity of these batteries or these solar panels is sort of competing with the real issue, which is electricity. So what do you think? They're saying this is long lasting and can...
I think it is the step in the right direction. It's like the first, Atari computer. It wasn't like the God's gift to humanity, but it was in the step in the right direction. So this is that. Right.
Okay. Chavi, I see you're falling asleep. So quickly tell us.
I'm not falling asleep. I'm thinking about different things like hydrogen fuel cells and solar power and things. And I want to know how affordable it is. Like, can you install this in a house?
How crazy are you about the environment? Tell me honestly. How do you want to know how much it costs?
Yeah.
I'll tell you right off the bat. $2,800 and above.
You mean $3,000?
Or around $3,000. Yeah, but $200.
For a unit. And that unit is going to power an entire home, apparently. But not like hair dryers and other.
Yeah, see, this is a tough one because you're not quite sure how much all appliances. What do you mean by all appliances? I mean,
the fridge, the AC, blow dryer.
What are the kind of appliances you have at home?
No, it also depends if you have 4 fridges, you have two geysers. After marriage, I've kept everything. Saws for cutting, that kind of thing. No, getting back to it. So the whole idea is whether it can match your normal electric consumption. And it sort of can, but not quite.
Okay, so, traditionally the problems have been A, affordability, and 2 is size, because these solar panels are just massive.
What do you mean size?
Size matters.
Size doesn't matter.
You have to last longer, but size also matters.
Will you stop it? Throw it out, security. She's making fun of a whole gender. Especially Indians.
I'm talking about batteries. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I've lost interest in my own topic.
Right.
But no,
power generation is a huge deal, right?
Power generation.
So even in my building in Bombay
Will you let me speak, woman?
No.
Okay.
Even in our building, we have these garages.
Our building?
My building.
We don't live together.
My building.
Your building, okay.
In Bombay.
Right. We have a building elsewhere?
No.
Okay, just tell me because I forget. I've got Alzheimer's. I can't remember anything anymore.
God, Aisha, if you're listening, he doesn't know what he's
Aisha, my dad's name? No,
dad's name?
I don't know. I got Alzheimer's. I already set it up. Okay, let's get back.
She's forgotten what she
Rajiv,
wanted
will you
to
talk in the middle of the voice of sanity?
My goodness. So the solar cells that they want to put are too big for even our covered garages because they're just bulky. So if they can shrink them down to where an individual home can have one.
Why can't they just weld it and cut it in half or something?
They won't generate enough power. So have you seen solar generated lampposts?
I do. I've even seen the next feature, the Satra generated lamppost.
Oh my God, face palm.
Which
people
is
who
one
can't hear
after
me
the
or
solar one. People dying.
Oh God.
Carry on.
Right. So to power even one lamp post, right, the solar cell is as big as a
dog's pee.
No, like a 17-inch monitor.
Oh, God, watch your mouth. Oh my God, it's too much pressure.
You can't talk about anything good size.
Rajiv, what are you doing? You're laughing all the time. This is not funny.
To power an
We're
entire
trying to
house,
save the world.
not just one bulb that works from like 8 a.m. to 8
that's
p.m.
why we came up with the Elon Musk change the world issue. The power wall battery, let me just spell that out, apparently does a better job than your silly big fat solar panels.
Exactly. So if it's affordable and it takes up less space, I think it's mind-boggling.
Again, I'm saying it's not one-to-one exact with electric consumption. It's not going to be completely like that, but it's better than it's like you said, it's a step in the right direction. Would you change, or do you want it to be exactly the same? All the consumption in your house has to be taken care of by this solar battery.
No, I'm happy to do a hybrid thing also. If
what would you let go of? If it could only take on the AC, the washing machine, the geyser, if it could only take one of the big appliances, which would you keep?
The fridge, man.
The fridge, and in 44 degrees, you'd shut the AC.
Yeah, I'm okay.
We cannot be friends. Your thinking is obsolete.
We're definitely not going to own an apartment.
What do you need a fridge for in this heat anyway?
Taking my food and water cold.
Go down and eat.
What?
There's a Shetty restaurant in every corner. We're in Mumbai. Just go down and eat a dosa. Let them pay for the bloody electricity.
No. Fridge.
What? You can't sleep in the fridge? Or you can just look at it and for 1 minute in the day you open it and take something out.
On this, I'm with you. I'll go
You're with me.
AC.
Women, God, what kind of thinking?
You can just order food, yeah.
Of course.
Zomato.
Boys.
And let the audience know, nobody wanted the geyser. Nobody wants to have a bath. That's a waste of time in India. Let's not get into that. Geyser sucks.
Hot water anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Just put your head out of the window and let someone spit. That's what I say.
No, you have the gas for that. You can just warm water, put it in the bucket and do that if you wanted ever.
Let's kill our comedy again. What the hell is talking about? Where did that come from? What are you talking about? We had such a lovely moment there. Oh, fridge. Your poor boyfriend. Rajasthan, it's 50 degrees. Take your bloody fridge and go to Jaipur.
He would definitely choose the AC.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we have to take a quick break here. which we will. And when we come back, some more important topics. Lots of stuff which, Rajiv, you're not an expert on, so it'll be more fun to talk about. You'll now feel like how I feel throughout the show. We take a break, then we come back. It's called Cyrus Says, and we're with Rajiv Dingra, entrepreneur, super successful, male model, and lover of plants.
Cyrus says, now is not the time for a bathroom break. Never miss another episode of Cyrus Says. The dedicated app is available both for Android and iOS from the app stores, and you can also subscribe on your favorite podcast clients or services like SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn, iTunes, Podcast Alley, Audio, or whatever you use on your smartphone. You can also listen to us online at www.cyrussays.in, sign up for our newsletter, or follow us on Twitter and Facebook as Cyrus Says In. And that's what Cyrus says.
Okay, it's called Cyrus Says. They're fighting like cats and dogs here, these two, over a wonderful new invention, which, may I say, is Microsoft HoloLens.
It sounds like Google Glass.
It sounds like a Chinese product to me. HoloLens! Take two. Go ahead. What is Microsoft HoloLens, Rajiv?
So it's an augmented reality, for the lack of a better word.
Okay, what is augmented reality?
It's where you can see things in the real world, but they are not actually
What is
there.
the real world? No, you talk.
So, like you're sitting there.
So it's a
now
virtual reality.
I can see a crow on your head. So that's augmented
You
reality.
said crow. When you started with the C word, I got worried. Getting back again to this principal idea here, which is basically you put on a pair of goggles.
Yes.
Glasses, please.
Glasses?
Don't be like
Goggles is too down market for you, is it?
too much.
Beta
Goggles.
goggle mat pehno.
Goggle mat pehno,
Right,
yes.
right. And why do you have to make Hindi correlate with down market? That's not even right.
Because they use goggles for the wrong thing, right?
Yeah? Let me tell you in Marathi, it's gogle. Just by the way, learn about our country. Learn about our culture. No beef for you. No beef. Come back, sir. So let us talk like adults because she'll just go on irritating us. This woman is being very mean today. Chavi, I apologize.
Yeah, I don't know which woman you're talking about.
I don't know. My mother's an alpha. My wife's an alpha. You don't understand the pain. They step on my head. Every time I leave the house, they say, come here. Step on my head and then I go. Augmented reality, French word, who cares? So you wear the band and what do you watch? Like the sun is less.
So it can sort of, through augmented reality.
Can I watch porn?
Yes. 3D.
Look at me, you said yes! For the first time you woke up on our show, you were dead. For 40 minutes you said nothing. And now and you're married. How dare you? How disgusting. Really? What kind of porn you like? Sorry. Augmented reality.
Once this comes, then 3D porn.
Let's call it porn-mented reality.
Yes.
So what's your porn-mented reality on your thing? But Chavi was asking a very good question, which is where does it come from? How do you get this technology?
Where is the where is the memory? Who is operating it? Where are the apps?
Don't look for double meanings, I understand. So just take us through it. Come on, explain.
So just like the iPhone has an iTunes and there are apps, similarly this is bound to have apps through which you can even do architectural things
So
like...
decide what you want, get your app, put it on and boom, you're
You've seen Iron Man?
I've seen Iron People. I've seen
The
people
movie.
with iron. I've seen a lot of men and women and dogs.
I think that's enough.
With collars made of iron. I've
seen
also
all
seen
three.
animals
Talk to me.
outside the country with iron chains around.
You just
them
lost me
and
there. If you've not
inside.
seen Iron Man, Cyrus, you lost me
Iron
there.
Man is
Mission
just
Impossible
Iron Man is an
you know?
history wala from Bandra. Hey, Chairman, give it to Iron Man. I'm telling you, you don't know anything about superheroes. In India, they change. They're not the same.
So for the people who've seen Iron Man, there's
Right.
this scene in Iron Man 1 where he actually, rotates his arm virtually through a holographic image. That's exactly what you can do with
They
this.
did Abhi in the Avengers also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
And
You
in
guys
Mission
going to
Impossible.
bond over superheroes? Should I wear my chuddies outside? What's happening? Let's stick to augmented reality in porn. So I get this app. I get the entire Debbie Does Dallas series. I put it on. That's our generation, Chavi.
Oh, sorry.
She was special. Then Dallas went to the dogs. Nobody watches it now. But yeah, so and then let me understand this. Physically, you sit in your chair wherever the hell you are. So you might be, going for a walk and you watch what you want.
Yes.
And so that's just amazing. You don't need television anymore in a sense.
Yes.
Can you ever do that with live sport events, you think?
Live sport events.
Like live events. Is it possible to use this technology and have live events?
Yeah.
Can I see,
Yeah, you can
Boxing
project
match.
anything on
No,
the
not
screen.
sport. I meant in that way.
Oh, sport.
I meant two women in Thailand and the spa. There's
that kind of
people I know. And anyway, to get to the happy ending here very quickly. So you think that this is the future? It's going to make television and even screens obsolete, big ones?
It is definitely one step closer to the future.
You and your one step closer. You should really join politics, man. You're one step closer already.
I'm always circumspect of the first
Circum
version
what?
of any product.
Circum who? Depends on your culture, brother. Whatever you want to do, you do. You circum whoever you want to. Just don't do it in front of me. I get scared of kids crying. Yeah, okay. So interesting. Shavi, you want to add to that?
I don't think it's
Would you use it?
No.
Don't you like watching your Avengers and your films on
big
the
screen.
35, 70 mm and that whole stereo sound? And I mean, what
With
all
people.
that?
It's for me, watching movies is a shared experience. I'm not talking
Everything's getting smaller and smaller. Talk about size matters. What are we doing? Everything is smaller. Our time capsule is smaller. Our lives are smaller. Everything is smaller.
Aren't you happy?
Well, I'm fitting in, but what the hell?
No, I think the whole idea of like closing in and isolating yourself where you're in your own world, like this is taking it to a different degree altogether.
Too much. I think we're doing too much here.
And who knows what it's doing to our
But Rajiv is very happy, because he can get... What apps have you got? Triple X,
it's not yet
double
out.
X,
It's out
X?
next year.
Oh, it's not yet
Even
out.
Amit is waiting for it.
Why are we discussing things which aren't yet out? Alright, so all the people there who watch dirty films, remember, you can watch it while talking to your grandmother about other things at the same time. You can. You can actually sit down and say, Nani, kaise ho? Chai chahiye? Theek hai. Raju! And at the same time you're watching this terrible movie about, 3 men and no baby. That's all kind of porn I watch, but anyway, we'll move on. I don't watch, I hate that.
Why don't we
stuff.
talk about something that's already launched?
Ooh, yes, go ahead. Read my mind.
The
Apple Watch. Yeah, that Apple Watch and net neutrality are like part producers of this show. They're always there. They never leave us. It's like Amar Akbar Anthony. It's like Amar and Anthony. It's just always around me. Apple Watch, Mr. Rajiv Dingra, this one is for you.
Do you have one?
No, I'm getting one in June.
You're getting one in June. With all that money that you made, why wait till June?
I'm going abroad, so I'm going to pick it up. I'm not in a hurry.
Or you just wear it and walk past customs and say, hey, I got fruit, yaar. Very interesting.
I'll try that one.
What's your take on the Apple Watch? And tell us about the tattoo issue. I still don't get that. Apparently you can't tattoo yourself.
What?
If you have a tattoo, what kind of people, you do your research and come on my show? How dare you?
What?
How dare
What?
you?
No, what do you
if you tattoo your body, especially your hand, it sort of doesn't work. It gives trouble.
Oh, damn. I could never have one then.
Yeah, you can. How many tattoos do you have?
3.
Really? Where?
On my back and my neck.
And the third place you don't want to mention?
My back has 2 and my neck has 1.
You have 2 backs. You're an amazing
No,
person.
I
I
said
bow
my back
to
has
you.
2 tattoos.
I roll on the floor in despair. You've got 2 backs and you show us one.
No Apple Watch for Chavi, which is fine.
How disgusting. So
It's
Apple
going to be
Watch-
on the wrist. So if you have a tattoo on the wrist, that's what matters.
Yeah, it's on the wrist till you get those goggles that we have with all the porn. Then I don't know whether your wrist is going to have an Apple Watch to slow you down.
So
but going back to...
You have an iPhone already.
Yes.
Okay, so then you'll pair it and
Yeah,
you'll have to carry both around with you all the time though.
It's
yeah, that's
Do you
the big
wear a
issue.
watch now?
what do you do with the money?
Do you wear a
Buy
watch?
something.
Yeah. And besides, you need more fruit.
Exactly.
In your
An
day.
apple a
That I should
day.
tell you. There you go. An apple a day, you really got lots of money, mate.
Okay,
throw one our side.
Yeah,
I got no tattoos.
you
It'll function
wear
24 hours with me. Yeah.
So do you currently wear a watch?
Yeah, it's a normal one.
What are you doing, like a check? What else do you wear? Show us everything.
No.
What's under those pants?
I think...
Another watch? You're really Cindy. What the hell's wrong with you? Amazing story. Yeah, so he's going to buy an Apple Watch, but he's not bothered about the controversy or whether it's not as much of an all-round product as they broadcast it to be. But it's a symbol of the thing that correlates Apple Watch at the moment with Indians is a symbol of the new pioneer who's really with it. So that's what I've noticed.
It's a
from the
status
people.
symbol.
Status symbol also to show that it's all about the timing. You got it first, you were there, you got the Apple Watch, and once you have it, all the women are like, oh, an interesting Apple Watch. He must know the time. Right? So, is that important to you?
No, not at all.
Then why are you buying the Apple Watch?
I'm a tech geek sort of person,
You
so
just
any gadget I'll put.
So good or bad, or you do your research and then go for it, or what?
I even pick up stuff which I find interesting, and I'm
Do you
not
pay
too
for
sure.
that, or you just run away?
I pay for it, yeah.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't get any sponsorships.
Don't look at us. We've been doing the show for 2 years, and now we're selling furniture. Amit goes home every day, parents are eating food, take out 2 chairs, now they stand. It's like that. It's not right. You have no idea what suffering is. You're a successful entrepreneur.
An
Shall we?
Apple Watch to be had.
Her boyfriend's in Rajasthan. She can't afford one here. It's that bad. Am I right? All right.
Absolutely.
We'll take a quick break, then we'll come back, and this time we'll freewheel on topics which are close to my heart, like Bryan Adams' twin brother. Yeah, it's true.
Cyrus says, stop picking your nose, listen to this ad.
Yes, we stop here to talk about the IndianBean.com, which is a premium Indian coffee company, and they have visited all over the country to find the best coffee grown in India. They've done their research. Let me tell you 5 points that I just made up randomly about them. This is not something they've handed to me. They talk about fair trade. They roast fresh beans. They promote Indian coffee. They deal with the farmer himself to get our coffee-loving customers single estate coffee. Very natural. And they have a 10% discount for all purchases at the IndianBean.com with the discount code Cyrus Says. Apparently that's me. I haven't actually said anything, as you can tell, this entire show. The IndianBean.com, coffee for everyone.
And that's what Cyrus says.
Yup, it's still Cyrus Says, and the interesting topics in our freewheeling section include Nitin Gadkari, Union Minister for this, that and the other, who's come up with this novel idea, and I'm a supporter, by the way, of urinating on plants. Why? Because you hate them? No. Because they need to grow, and this is one way to use your extra deposits in a creative and innovative fashion and save the world. No, you're talking about solar panels. What's wrong with this?
This makes
you're
my
giving
head
back
explode.
to nature.
No, the urea in your urine will kill the plants.
Who says?
Nobody
Are you a plant?
this.
Have you seen a plant die?
Yes, I have seen many plants die. Not because somebody peed
if you
on
pee
them.
on a plant, it dies?
Yeah, this
Dogs
is
pee on
too
plants
much.
all the time. Cats pee on plants.
And they don't live through that, right? They don't go and pee on potted plants and have plants flourishing. Trust me, we've had dogs.
Where's the research to say this?
There's plenty of research.
How can you lie to my 3 listeners? What you don't do that? That's not right.
I'm telling you the truth. It's probably better if he drinks the bloody thing himself.
So you're saying
like Moraji
that our poor union minister who spent 50 liters of his hard-earned urine inside a can which watered plants is actually a wrong thing to do?
Yes.
It's a destructive force?
Yes.
That we should not pee on
The environmental
plants?
minister should fine him.
I can't believe that. I don't think this is true. We have to research this a little bit more, but let's ask the expert, a man who knows his urine. And let me tell you why. Because I peed with him 20 minutes ago. He took more time than me to start and more time than me to finish. He also used more than one urinal. He went from one to the other because he had so much stuff.
Damn.
Nitin Gadkari wants him as his right-hand man, no pun intended. Yes, Rajiv, you could go there. You could pee with the best.
Poor guy. He's practically hiding in a corner.
He's coming to promote world pee. A safe place for everyone. Come on, go ahead. Go on. What do you think of this? No, you're a neutral guy on this. You're a
neutral?
Well, in a sense, he's a tech guy. Come on, so he'll give us a spin.
I wouldn't want gardens and plants to be smelling of pee. So that's where.
But they dry, bro. They dry.
You've done that?
Well, if you pee in your pot, it doesn't smell of pee after 20 minutes, no?
The whole
You've
thing
done
will
that?
smell. Yeah.
It doesn't.
Of course
You've tried it?
I peed in my pot when my wife's
so
at home.
you're the original.
Gadkari.
Listen, I pee on everything. I'm very frustrated. I'm like, hey, come here, Ashok, what's your name?
Leave that to the dogs and cats here to mark the territory. Why are people doing this?
So what do you think? Good or bad? We just spoke about the environment. On a serious note, we spoke about solar panels, how to save the world. I think he's thinking in the right direction. If you could actually use urine in a good way.
There are good ways. You can generate power from urine.
But drinking your own urine?
No, you can actually use it to generate power. Like in many
South American countries, they're really far.
We can't talk about beef anymore, but in abattoirs, there are several.
But if you mispronounce it, you can say biff. Then no one knows. So tell us.
We don't have any biff with this. So even in Uttar Pradesh, for example, there is an abattoir that functions solely on its own waste product. Blood, guts, urine, and dung.
You've killed our show. You just destroyed it. There's
Use
nothing funny left now.
Something better than
That's really
plants.
sad. All right, so let's quickly give urine therapy a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
All right, okay. When we pee, we'll talk later, Rajiv. Put your money where your mouth is. I hate this attitude. And now we come to my most interesting topic of the day. Random and interesting topic number 2, which is Horn OK Please to be banned in Maharashtra.
Hooray!
Your take. We grew up, or most of us grew up in Mumbai, or even all over India. Horn OK Please, that's horn without the Y, that some smart aleck added a little later. Horn OK Please was this iconic thing. You're driving, you see this terrible ugly monstrosity of a truck going at 1 mile per hour, stopping the entire traffic and behind horn OK please. And you can honk as much as you want and nothing changes. What do you think about banning horn OK please?
I don't think it's required. It's a cool thing.
I'm going to use 2 hands in a symbolic gesture, please. It's not sexual. We're a honk culture.
Exactly.
We are.
No, we shouldn't be.
Do you drive? Chavi, do you drive?
Yes, I do.
In Mumbai, not in Tennessee.
in
Everyone
Mumbai.
drives in bloody Tennessee. You drive here?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it possible to drive without using the horn?
Yes.
How?
Well, I usually
broadcast
shout
the
out
show.
the window. No.
Don't be ridiculous, Rajiv.
It's not possible.
One second. If everybody stopped honking and was just a little patient, when do people honk? When they're in the bloody traffic light and they think that they're magically going to just jump
When
over
there's the 8th
everybody.
car behind,
yes. and they think it has turned green.
Remind the first car that he should have left.
Or it's like, why the f*** when you moved yet? It's green. We need to go as soon as we can.
You said.
Yeah, so did you.
Okay, that's 2 then. For the price of 1, only on our show.
And we honk because we're saying, hum aa rahe
Baba,
hain.
that's not in the truth of the matter is as a driver, you drive like a nutcase and you're blaring the horn all the time. There are people crossing, the biker coming to the one way. There's a nutcase shopping in the middle of the road. There's another guy urinating on plants somewhere nearby. There's 2 dogs crossing at the same time. There's an old lady who can't see anymore. And there's a guy from France who thinks this
when
is
you need to. We don't just honk, okay, please, for the fun of it.
How can you say that, Rajiv? The truth.
Just banning it will not stop people from honking.
It'll at least stop reinforcing it. Every time you see it, not even just trucks, by the way, Cyrus.
Have you seen signs all over India which say no sex here? And what happened? 1 billion, 100 million
Never seen a
plus.
sign like that.
I've seen it everywhere. Oh, only for me, I think. They just bring it out then.
So even little tempos like the ape, the Piaget apio, Piaggio ape, sorry.
Now, is it Gujarati or French? Because I'm not getting it.
The little tempos, even they
So
say
ape.
horn, okay, please.
Piaggio? Huh? So you lost me at Piaget. I don't know what the hell you're talking about anymore. This hybrid doesn't work.
The tempos.
Make in India!
The tempos they made here.
Yeah, you've got a bad tempo, that's for sure. Let me just say, honking, impossible. You know, when foreigners come and sit, I have a brother-in-law who's from America, and he can't understand the use of the horn. He's never seen it. I mean, you guys all have foreign friends. They all get thrown at our traffic, the chaos, the way we function, the way you drive, how close you are to each other, and they cannot believe you hit that horn and nobody pulls out a gun. Truly. Because we're actually bam, bam. Taxi drivers, all rickshaws. I mean, it's just non-stop. Ping, 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 ping. It's always like that. True. Yeah, Rahman's greatest works are rickshaw sounds. It's always like that. I know. I don't see a hope for us.
I think it's cyclical. First of all, they stopped giving out driving licenses.
Is it cyclical or cyclical?
I say cyclical.
I think you're sick. You shouldn't say that. It's cyclical. I don't know. Let's ask Rajiv. Is it cyclical or cyclical?
Cyclical.
Okay, stand in the corner, hold your nose. Chavi, I gotta be honest.
If they stop giving out driving licenses to everybody who pays
Piaget
for it.
and Porsche and...
Dropping that, don't reference things that are
No, we are not dropping it. I want that mispronunciation. I also want cyclical. What the hell is cyclical?
It's in the dictionary.
It's dictionary. Don't you know anything? You speak languages. All right, we have one last topic. We must talk about Rajiv moving away from the digital world. Well, not really, because you can see him on the net. Ryan Adams, have you heard of this name?
No.
Okay, Chavi's going to take us through this one because she knows her music. Brian Adams came up with the Summer of 69, which would have saved us so many children if we practiced that many years ago in India. Summer of 69, there's a guy called Ryan Adams, also a musician, hates Brian Adams because they would get confused for each other. And Chavi?
So, Brian Adams is Canadian, is like 1,000 years old now, only popular in India, right?
Right.
So, Ryan Adams...
And parts of Taiwan.
And parts of Taiwan.
Yeah.
Oh, good to know. Ryan Adams is this indie rocker in America who apparently was at a show at some point when some guy was heckling him and just to, push him, was shouting, Summer of 69, Summer of 69. So Ryan Adams basically got off the stage, refunded the guy his ticket money and kicked him out.
But what kind of rocker carries money on his jean pant when he's playing guitar and singing in front of 4,000 people?
Maybe he's got like $60.
He's a Sindhi rocker. See, it's making sense. He's a Sindhi rocker. Rajiv, there's got to be some connection with you, Ryan Adams.
His surname would be Adamani or something.
Yeah, it must be, but you're Americanized, brother. Go on. So tell us, what's the story now? What's so big about him?
He's actually done a cover version of Summer of 69.
Finally, enough of this hangover of Brian on Ryan. So Ryan does Brian.
Yeah.
Okay, no pun intended again. Ryan does Brian. Summer of... There's no hope for us. Summer of 69. I mean, everything sounds
the most annoying song on earth, and only in India. You could be at a trance party and then at midnight, they'll start playing Summer of 69.
And only in India, they said the next version of Summer of 69 is Summer of 138. I mean, that's not even... That's just ridiculously... Oh, let's move on. Rajiv, you've been a wonderful guest. You've been a lovely person. And I would have loved to hold you and hug you and keep you close to me. But it's not allowed in our culture. But Chavi, on the other hand...
he's running away right now. What?
Why? First say those words
Whatever
again.
You say.
Piaget and cyclical. You're the English expert, actually, when it comes down to that. You have the most clipped accent of the three of us.
Oh, is that what makes me an expert? Not my advanced degrees?
What degrees do you have?
Many.
Okay, we'll find about that next time. We don't have time now, but Rajiv, we do thank you. And we wish you all the best. And you're a super successful man. More power to you. And we'll see more of your kind because only rich and powerful will come on our show. Net neutrality sucks.
No.
No, wrong.
Net
wrong
neutrality, we want it.
We want it. Make up your mind.
No, this
There's
is...
big players here. Just say the right thing.
Net neutrality.
Screw the public. We've been doing it for hundreds of years.
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
All views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily the views and opinions of the IndusVox Media Network or any of our show advertisers or sponsors. No animals were harmed in the making of this podcast, obviously.